Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this little guide video on how to install Greg Tech New Horizons on MultiMC as well as installing Java, why not, configuring MultiMC as well as applying our client patch to it. So I'm going to make a quick video here, just hopefully it's quick to make this easy. You can find this page here you're looking at in the description or in the comments. And let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to download GTNH itself, which is a pretty big update here. Thankfully, my internet is a lot better than it used to be. So it's 314 megabytes, pretty big chunk. The next one here is we're going to download our client patch. And the reason you want this one is it includes Feed the Beast utilities and the library. To basically claim and protect your property, and that's what we're using on our server. Now you can join and play without it, but I highly recommend getting this as you need it for protection. Without it, you will be sorry. And the reason we're doing this is we're not going to use any fancy, thermos or bucket kind of stuff. We just want to use more vanilla Forge itself. So. And then we're going to download MultiMC itself. You can click here or you can click other and it'll take you to a page where you can download different versions of it as well, like Linux and Mac and stuff. And then download Java offline. So you definitely want to download Java offline, Windows offline 64, for example. Don't ask how the other, Linux has a 64 here. I don't actually know if these guys use 64 or that's 32, but obviously I go for 64-bit. Anytime if you use 32-bit, your max amount of memory you can set is like 4 gigs, so that's not good. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go over here, and we're going to drag our download window here since it's all ready for us. We'll just move that away. And let's get started. So the first thing you probably want to do, look at this, I love Windows. It's not refreshed in there. There you go. The first thing you want to do is download... That just screwed up my display. There it goes. It came back. So the Windows, thing came up saying, "Oh, do you sure you want to open this?" The first thing you want to do is install Java. So you can go ahead and install it. And the reason you want to do that is because even if you have an older version, there's security updates, things like that. This is version 2.6.1. So obviously the latest one. There might be some performance tweaks. You never know. Might as well just grab it. Doesn't harm you. And let's just grab the latest. So we're going to go ahead and install Java there. There you go. So, here you go. Keeping outdated Java versions installed may present a security risk, which is actually true because the reason it becomes a security risk is because if an application accidentally opens the older ones, then they can exploit that later on. So this might be an issue because I actually have... that might use a different version. I have probably 5 or 6 Java versions on here, so it might be using an older version. So we'll let it do its thing here and we'll give it a minute. There you go. That wasn't bad at all. That was pretty clean and simple. Done. Okay, so we're done that. And the next thing you want to do is install MultiMC. Now, MultiMC itself is extracted. So I'm using something called 7-zip. Windows has it built in. I'm sure Mac does and everything. I'm just going to rename this. And the only reason I'm renaming this is I already have the same name on the desktop being used as we speak. So I just wanted to name it in here before I extract it so it won't be annoying. So there you go. You got MultiMC there. And then what we're going to do right now is we're just going to go ahead and open MultiMC. And we're going to run through the default install. So you can pick your language. I just picked, next, whatever. I'm happy with that. And then you're going to pick up your Java version here. So we already had, no, that's the one we just installed. It just picked this recommended, was the 64, 261. So the 261 was our latest. Funny enough, these other ones are showing in here. You're not supposed to. Okay, that's fine. We'll let it take its recommended. So you can either pick this one or the one there. It doesn't matter. This is your system. Basically, it knows exactly. But if something changes, it won't go there anymore. So maybe just do the exact path. You'll have less issues. And then what we're going to do is type in, let's do 4096. It doesn't matter here if you do, I think you can do gigabytes, but I'll just make it easier. We'll do 4096 here. And then what I like to do with the maximum one is I'm going to set that to 6144, and I'm just doing them, sorry, that was minimum and maximum. Because it screwed up halfway. There you go, 4096, there you go. It'll be fine there. And now some people recommend you don't use min and max too much. I don't mind doing that. I usually set it, to a minimum of 4 gigs and then a maximum of 6 gigs. That's my sweet spot. A lot of people say they can run it with 4 gigs. You know what? I just set it that way. So I'm happy with that. I don't really have performance issues, and I'm happy. If you don't want the analytics stuff being sent to them, you can go ahead and remove that. And then look at this. Oh, look at this. It has unknown. I never knew that. Look at that. We learned something. Apparently, having exclamation marks could have an effect on Java itself. So what it's asking us is to change that up. So we can go, wee, there you go. And then we'll just reopen MultiMC. Look at that. I'm derping, and it's education right there. So what we're going to do is go ahead and add the instance. And all you have to do with the instance is take the big one here. So this is the main client. Drag it here, and it'll automatically import it just like that. And it might freeze and lag, and depending on how things are going, but it should run it pretty easily. So depending on your computer, your specs, things like that, it might act up. Or what you can do is you can go ahead, add instance here, and then import from zip, and then browse for it. And apparently it does it right from an HTTP link as well. So let's just close these for fun. And then let's go ahead and right-click this. Oh, I didn't mean to get rid of my download. I'll bring that back in a second. So what we're going to do is instead we're going to go to Minecraft folder, not config, but let's go right to the Minecraft folder itself. So this is your main root Minecraft folder. This is where your screenshots and everything are here, right? Don't ask why they put a server properties. This is their client. That's what they added. So what we're going to do here is just quickly reopen our downloads here, and then we're going to take our patch. And we're going to take this patch, we're going to just drag here, grab all the files, drag it here. We're going to replace everything, and boom. And then just to show you here quickly what we have here is we just tweaked up the journey map so it's more square, looks better, things like that. Just different little changes like that. Resource pack, we have a better Stargate, for example, look to it. Some config tweaks here, mostly for the added mods we have. So just to show you, got Optifine, the Feed the Beast library, and utilities. That's for the protection. Tabby Chats is just a nice chat system. You'll like it if you see it. Fastcraft 1.25, this version works better with Optifine. You might see a Fastcraft 1.23. This is actually a blank file. I think I have a README inside of it, but basically it's just to replace Fastcraft because people derp up, and if I tell them to delete it, they'll derp, right? And then armor status and status effect HUD, just a nicer look there. Neat adds the health bar. Easy config button lets you edit and mod things in the UI. Basically in the options, you can mod the configs for client options and stuff live in the game without having to leave the game. And then clean view, I think, takes away the ugly buffs all over the screen. It might put little dots or might get rid of it completely, but just gets rid of all that buffing all over the screen you don't want to see. And ding just literally dings once the client loads up. So I just wanted to go through those to let you know what we're doing. We're not doing anything nasty or anything. We also add the server DAT. We also options, because the options will automatically load the resource pack, some optimal settings we call it, and the Optifine one there as well. So if you do have issues, even personally, something is not loading up right with Optifine, whatever, you could just nuke these two option files and then load it up, and it should work. If there was an error, you shouldn't have any issues. So that's it. That's it. And you're done. So it has our patch and the main client, and then there you go. So basically what you do here is this will pop up, and it'll want you to add your account information here. So let me pause and do that. There you go. So once that was done, it shouldn't get, if it works well, it shouldn't give you an error. It's fine. And then you can just double click, and there you go. You're launching MultiMC, and this will launch this, and I can join the server. Now, I just want to let you know that it can take, and this is not a joke, it'll take a bit here to download because this is downloading all of Minecraft Vanilla 1.710, then it applies Forge on it, all that. So this can take a while. But once it launches, once you see the Minecraft window, as long as you fixed your memory settings right, it can literally take you, and I'm not kidding here, my friends, it could take you between 5 to 10, maybe even 15 minutes, depending on how old and unfair your computer is, I should say. If you screwed up your settings for the memory, you can always click settings here, go to Java, re-put them in here, as well as you can right-click here and edit the instance itself and change the instances version here somewhere. I thought you could. It's been a while. But I'm pretty sure you can somewhere around here. Honestly, it's been a while, so maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe because it's running, it's not showing up on that side. But I do prefer just changing it for all of them, right? Because no other pack really eats more than this. Now, I just want to let you know one last thing, and this is an important one. Have fun. Just enjoy the pack. It's a huge pack. I think people say pretty much it would take you a year plus if you played every day for many hours to kind of quote unquote beat the pack, like basically do everything, get to the end, finish the quest books, I guess, in a sense. So just keep that in mind. It does take a while. That's the whole point of this pack. This is going to be a long time server running. It's going to be there for a very, very long time. And I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun. When there's updates to the pack, I will give you some sad news. There is no kind of quote-unquote updating to this. There's no easy fix to this. The best way to do it is do exactly the install instructions again. Just do it over again. And then what you can do is, once again, you can go to the instance folder, and then, the other folder, the Minecraft folder, and then you can go in here and just copy things that you might have. So for example, your journey map. Literally, actually, most people, what you want is your journey map and your option files. Copy those with you, and you pretty much copied almost everything that would be saved on the client. There might be something here and there, and over time maybe we'll write that down just to let people know, but overall that should be most of it. And keep both instances there, because you don't have to nuke one. So obviously you can rename this and give it a better name, but the point is that you can keep it there as a backup, so in case you didn't copy them over, things like that, you can go back and grab them later on, because we all make mistakes. And then obviously don't forget to apply my client update. So what you should do is get the new version that we have posted when we do have the new version, then put our patch on it, and then just grab, say, your journey map and your option files, and then replace them. So learning that will help you quite a bit, not just for our pack, but how to use MultiMC and other packs in the future. And I think that's a really good lesson for everyone out there. So hopefully that helps you guys understand a little bit more about this. Now remember, the server is going to be there for a very long time, so keep that in mind. It's just going to be there for a long freaking time. You don't have to worry about it getting wiped or deleted or anything like that. We have a whole new state-of-the-art server that we built for this. It even has a freaking huge racks, like a rack server kind of UPS system by APC. So yeah, for power backup for both the network and the server itself. And we got a dedicated backup drive, and this is literally the best, as far as I know right now, is the best GTNH server on the market for CPU performance and RAM. And the new M2 drive there does like I think it does 3,000 write and 3,500 read. So, I'm not going to say it's going to be the best in the long term. One bug in Minecraft obviously can cripple a server, but it's pretty much one of the best ones that should be on the market right now for GTNH, and probably most Minecraft servers out there, modded wise. So anyways, I'm going to shut up. This was a lot longer than I thought, but you know what? I wanted to explain a couple things, maybe help you on issues you might have. And honestly, I think you guys will have a lot of fun. I think it's actually almost done loading here, so it didn't take us, I think, quite 5 minutes. I'm kind of interested in what happened here. Reloading resource packs. 100%. There you go. So there you go. And hear the ding noise? That was what the ding mod is. So when you go to multiplayer here, my friends, there's our server. This might look a little different, obviously, so we haven't quite launched there. The other player in there right now is actually me. There's a relog in here, so if you have a really, if this is really slow, this is not too bad for us, but if you have a really slow computer, just go ahead and use the relog in. If you get authentication errors, stuff like that, after 24 hours, you can use the relog in here and just reconnect, and that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go in the world. I'm not going to spoil it for you. But I think you'll have a lot of fun. Don't forget, you can change your options here. Now, if you do play around with some of the Optifine, don't touch chunk loading. And there's one more you shouldn't touch with because it might cause issues. Don't touch the mint map here. If you play around with this one, it will stall out your client. I'm just going to let you know right off the bat. Don't touch that. But there's another one that I don't recommend, and I forget what the name of it is, but it can really screw up the game. Oh yeah, it's the fast rendering, I believe. Fast rendering. And then the do not touch this one ever, the chunk loading one here, because I think it can change. You'll see a multi-threaded one. You might think that's really amazing, but it will crash you. You will cry. You'll get upset. Also, this has dynamic lights fancy enabled by default. So if you hold a torch in your hand, you'll be able to light up the area just in your hand. Obviously, on the server side, that doesn't exist, so mobs will still spawn near you. But the point is, for the hardcore darkness, it really helps. And that's it. I'm now shutting up. You guys have a wonderful day, and hope to see you guys on the server. Bye.